Hey there, this is Malorian, and now this is going to be the second game of the 2014 Out of the Basement tournament, and now we're on to Watchtower. Now we're on to the one where, man, I haven't seen Watchtower in a tournament in probably like at least a year and a half. People just don't like using it. And I think part of it is, some people don't like the mission. Some people or tournament organizers don't like having to have a tower out there in the middle of every table. But either way, here it is, a mission I knew I had to prepare for. And you know what? Night Goblins do not hold or do not take them very well. If I can get my big block of 100 in there, I'm aces. But it's going to be a little bit hard to take them. Now, I do have my Squig Herd that can do it, but let's see what happens. Either way, I'm up against a guy named Adam with his vampire accounts, and I think for the most part, this looks like another good matchup. He doesn't have anything really good to start in the tower. He just has his zombies. He will be the one starting in the tower, so I should be able to beat them at least, unless he starts raising them up to ridiculous levels. And he has some other stuff like a Terrorgeist and a Vargeist, which my War Machines are very good at taking out. So either way, going to be interesting, and let's see what happens. Alright, so looking at the board here, again, if you want to know about my army, you look at the intro. For his side, from left to right, he is running the big old Scream Bat. He has the Vargeist. In the back there, he's going to be having his zombies. Up front, he has a good-sized unit of ghouls. Then he has some Graveguard, and in there, he's going to be having a Lich King. White King or whatever. His general is going to be a Necromancer in the back. He has a Spirit Host and some Direwolves on the right. And pretty much here, well, he also has some zombies that are starting inside the actual tower there. And I'm very certain that my Squig Herd should be able to beat them very quickly. Like I said, if I don't beat them quickly enough, he can raise them up fairly quickly. I'm actually very happy he's only running the one wizard and not multiple, because that could really make things difficult. Now, of course, I have to really watch out for these flying monsters on the left, because they can not only make it trouble for things that are inside the bunker there, the tower rather, but they can also fly past, get to my bunker. If I lose my general, my whole army falls apart. So that Terrorgeist has to go down. Vargeist would also be nice to go down. I have the two heroes or great weapons in the spear unit there to deal with them. The Spirit Host on the right could be annoying, especially if they get into the Squig Herd, so I really want to tie them up. But one of the funny things that came up with this here is that one of the guys who was also running a Goblin army was asking me like, oh, well, did you take the poison banner for your Goblins there? Oh, no, I didn't spend the points. Oh, well, they're not that great then. Well, as I'm deploying my short bow goblins there on the right, what's that forest? It's a venom thicket. So these guys, when they move up into it, are going to have poison attacks, and that's going to be wonderful. I can't go running through there, or else it'll be dangerous terrain. But hey, I can inch my way up and pew pew pew, poison bows, and should be nice. So my first turn, I charge the tower here. And at the end of it, he's able to kill two of my guys, and otherwise coming back, I am able to kill all but, I think, 7 or 6 of his guys after crumbling. It could have really been a lot better. I mean, it's 3+, 2+ to try and kill this stuff with 20 attacks. So, I was hoping to maybe crack them all in one go, but you know what? It's maybe better to try and wait anyway. Otherwise, my shooting did very well. Killed the Terrorgeist, so there's a big thing off. His Vargeist healed the wound I put onto it. And I'm very happy this happened. Again, I irresistible forced my fireball ring, and it was able to kill the Spirit Host. So that's fantastic news. My little Squig Hopper, because I was worried about his slathering charge from the dire wolves, I kind of bounced back actually, just so that I wouldn't have to worry about it. I can always shoot down those dogs later. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm in a pretty strong position here. So on his turn here, the Ghouls and the Terrorgeist are moving there on the left. Actually, the Terrorgeist charged me, not because he wanted to get in there, but more just because he wanted to cause a terror test. With that leadership banner there, I'm leadership 9 re-rolled, so that was no issue. He got off a invocation, though, so he raised up some guys. And so the guys inside the tower are back up to 12 or whatever it is now. But overall, not too bad. So my turn to charge the tower again, hoping to take it. Unfortunately, it's time for my war machine to explode. My bunker also failed animosity. These things happen. You know, you're going to fail animosities at some point. With 4 war machines, you're going to get these misfires. Luckily, again, with the leadership 9 re-rolled, nothing else really cares. So after everything, I shoot my volley of poison shots and kill off the direwolves. That felt good. Otherwise, yeah, killed those zombies inside the tower, so my guys are inside there now. The rest of the shooting kind of went after the Terrorgeist. I think I did maybe 1 wound or something to it. And then I realized that, geez, actually, the bigger threat is going to be those Graveguard, because my Night Goblins there on the right don't really want to be rushing in to block them because of the dangerous terrain, and I don't want to be caught while I'm in there and not steadfast. So if they get to my bunker, that would be really bad. So that's why I also started bouncing my Cave Squig over here, just so if I need a redirector, he can be there. But hey, I'm in a tower, and that's good news. So on his turn here, he's going to be charging the tower with his ghouls, and also his Terrorgeist comes into me down here. You know, I'm not really worried about the Terrorgeist, especially if he doesn't target the heroes. I can do some damage to him there. And hell, even if he does go after the heroes, that will really reduce his number of wounds, and maybe he'll just crumble. So that's good. In the tower there, this is not the best fight for the Squig herd. You know, with all those little attacks with that the ghouls have, he can actually kill my squigs pretty quickly, and even though I can kill him back at a pretty good rate too, he can also heal them. So hopefully I'll get some support here soon, because I don't think they'll be able to hold on there forever. Over here, he is able to get off Curse of Years and kills off a good number of my guys, but hey, that's why I have 100, so I'm okay with this. And after it's all done, I really do a number on that Vargeist. It's down to 1 wound now after the crumbles, so that's really good. The charge into the tower there, I was really surprised. I mean, he's needing 4s and 4s with some poisons in there, and I'm on 3s and 3s, and yet we both killed 9. So I push him back out, but losing 9 of those guys already kind of hurts. And yeah, that Graveguard is getting closer. Luckily, not a lot closer, so I'm okay right now. But I'm looking at those Graveguard, and I'm scared. So on my turn, I would love to get rid of Curse of Years, but, guess what I rolled for my magic phase? Double 1. So I can't dispel Curse of Years. I lose a bunch more guys, take a wound on a hero, and the worst thing here is that not only did that mean that I didn't stop this here and I lost a bunch of guys, this also means that on my opponent's next magic phase, I'm going to have to spend my dispel dice trying to stop this spell. Otherwise, it's really going to hurt these guys and kill off characters and stuff like that. So, come on. But it happens, right? So afterward, everything looks like this. Yeah, pretty much I just target my war machines and my poison shots at the Graveguard. I believe my poison shots from my Night Goblins were able to kill a good 5 or something, so that was pretty good. Unfortunately, my war machines were scattering, and what I did here to try and make sure that I can relieve my guys there in the watchtower is that I did something kind of tricky here, so that once I destroyed the Vargolf, I decided to do a reform, and I did it in such a way so that I could see the tower. I was within 4 inches, but I wasn't showing the flank to the Graveguard. And what my hope is that if I can just hold on a little bit longer, then the Squeak Herd can come out, block the Grave Guard, and then I can put those Night Goblins in there, and I basically got the game at that point. So on his turn here, he's coming after my Squigs again. But unfortunately for him, he rolled bad. So whereas last time he did 9 and I did 9, I was like, man, if he does that again, I'm going to be crushed. This time he rolls like garbage, and he only kills 2 of my Squigs, where, in return I kill, 8 back or something like that. His Grave Guard is still coming at me there, so that's good and scary. You can see there that I actually put my characters behind the unit, and what the idea was here was that if he was to come after me, I don't want to flee with the bunker, with the general, because that could just turn out really bad. But what I can do is put them behind. He can charge the bunker will flee, and then I can rally them after and have my characters there and safe. So that's all good news. However, he did get some magic off on me, where it's the whole bound one, where I took D6 hits, did a wound to my general, and if I move, I'll take another strength 4 hit. So I'm kind of stuck in place there, but otherwise, things are looking pretty good. Then some craziness happened, and these guys here failed their animosity. They have to charge, and the closest unit is the ghouls, and when we worked out what the flank was, I was on the flank. So, I'm kind of in a dumb formation here, but either way, this is really going to help, because all of a sudden the Squigs in the tower have more than I thought they'd have, and these ghouls are going to be in a lot of trouble. So after this then, I do very well against the ghouls. They crumble down just to 2, and I reform back to something that makes more sense. You can see the Squeak Hopper went further over here to the left just to get out of the way, and then my bunker walked up just to redirect the Grave Guard away, so that this way my characters could stay still, they wouldn't need to move, and I also tried the War Machine these guys, but didn't do too much to them now. So on his turn, he's going to charge my bunker, and we know how that's going to go. And yeah, so he crushes the bunker, he overruns to where you see them. He was really careful with the way that he had his bunker in the back. Now, at this point here, it really doesn't matter. He's gotten off 2 raises, so they're really big, so I'm not going to be able to crumble them. And of course, then I crumble his ghouls, and I'm there. And I probably could have gone wide or something to go on the flank, or done some creative wheeling and dealing there to try and get something off. But really, at this point here, I just need to block them from getting to the tower, because we're already going on to turn 4 really close here, and he's getting on the tower. And that's what happens here, is we roll the dice, we get a 6, and the game's over. So, hooray! So there you go, a big win again for the Night Goblins, and really in this one here, it really went just the way I wanted to, right? The monsters in the back, I shoot them down with the War Machines. I did get pretty lucky there with the whole Fireball Ring killing the Spirit Host. That could have been a lot bigger of an issue there. And actually, I mean, normally animosity is something that's supposed to normally be a problem for you, but here it actually helped me, right? Saying this guy's off the flank, and where I was just going to try and switch things out, well, let's go and kill all those ghouls. Why not, right? So it really worked out very well. I did feel that there was a little bit of lack of planning in my mind in the way that that Grave Guard, all of a sudden, like, damn, they're going to be threatening my bunker there, but the whole thing with going up against vampire counts in a watchtower is that, unlike other armies, they just kind of pass a stubborn test and they're fine, right? Whereas they crumble and lose more of their guys. So they don't really like being in a watchtower. However, you got to be very careful with this for 2 reasons. You have to be careful. For one, that little unit of 20 zombies isn't that bad and hard to deal with. But if there's lots of raising, all of a sudden that 20 zombies can be 50, and you just can't get the guys out of there. The other one is, like in the game, after I was done, I watched Kieran Dunleavy playing his, and he was also against vampire counts, and they got a couple of spirit hosts into the tower. He didn't have any magic weapons. Game over. That's just the way it goes. So, I felt that everything went really well here. Really glad to be at 2 big wins, and we'll see what happens in Game 3. So see you there. Bye.